in that, again, moving and performance confidence in whether the technology will work. For a project for any investment to go forward, actually on a site, so if you're going to invest in new technology that's going to be installed on site, it's going to have to be bankable in some way. Become environmental climate, I don't see the end users being able to make the significant investments that are needed to get to the targets we've got. And so further incentives are going to be required, but projects are going to need to be bankable such that third-party financing is possible. So for that, we need confidence that the investment, the new technology, the application will work. So the execution risk is how much it's going to cost, how much it costs to install, but what will it actually cost to operate? Will it deliver savings? Can those savings actually be leveraged to underwrite the financial investment to get the project off the ground in the first place? And for me, those are some significant challenges to really move energy efficiency projects forward. Underestimating the global footprint there leads to making sure that any particular technology going forward doesn't have a knock-on in some other area. And for instance, here we've got, as an example, Dalkia is involved in terms of biomass combustion, is that it may seem straightforward that, okay, we'll put a project to burn wood. However, that has a knock-on into what are the emissions controls that you need? Is the technology there? What will be the contaminants that go into the ash that needs to be disposed of, and how does that chain work? We need to look at all the implications of that. Trees have high heavy metal content, which makes it very difficult to actually meet some of the environmental criteria without some fairly advanced emission control technology. So we're looking for some advancements there in order to apply what you might have thought was a very simple technology. Let's go back to burning wood, for instance. So the key to succeed really is to get the right team and the right technology and actually get expertise in place, which is fairly obvious really. But in terms of innovation startups, they've got know-how of how this technology can work. So I think putting those together with the experience of actually how equipment operates in the field day to day over years to make sure that you can underwrite the savings, the payback. So it needs to interface with the experience of corporate stock. And I think that Veolia and Dalkia in the energy front are very well placed to provide input into that area. Just a few slides then, just to say what are we actually doing, Veolia, Dalkia, in the energy efficiency arena to move ourselves forward. First thing here is the Veolia Innovation Accelerator project, which has been set up to work with innovative clean tech companies to enable them to find applications to trial and test their technology in the field. And then it's set up to work with them to then put in place partnership agreements to actually deploy them at a larger scale thereafter. And so there's a number of projects that we're involved with around the world to get projects off the ground. So I think this is a good project. We continually look at internal innovation and process and use of best practice. As I said, we've got experience in a lot of applications, a lot of countries, different technologies under different legislative frameworks. So we have centralized experts who pull that together and allow us to use the benefit of our experience. So So new technology is to be looked at. We've probably looked at something similar and make some sort of judgment as to whether we think it's viable going forward. And with all the changes, legislative frameworks and customer needs, we're obviously looking at contractual innovation in order to provide the mechanism to actually implement projects going forward. And this requires different types of partnering models to get projects underway. Just now, 3-4 slides on things we've done in the UK. This is biomass power station at Chiltern, up near County Durham. This is a 15 megawatt export power station. It will run for 8,000 hours a year. Burns over 100,000 tonnes of recycled wood. This is a very innovative project. Offsets the landfill of this recycled wood. Very green in its credentials. Significant challenges technically. Recycled wood is not a very clean fuel necessarily. It needs complex emission controls, but it also needs a viable fuel supply chain. So the recycled wood market in the UK is not a very mature market. So Dalkia has invested in that market such that we have some control over where we source the product from, the quality that we need to be able to run the power station. So that project is actually in commissioning at the moment. Another project at Dalkia and at Davidstow, Cornwall. This is a biomass boiler plant now. So this is a smaller scale, but it is the first and largest industrial heat-only plant in the UK. It's got two 7-ton-an-hour 21-bar boilers, which supply renewable steam to the Davidstow creamery. So if you like your Davidstow cheddar, in the future it's going to be produced with renewable energy. And again, we're into the supplying our own fuel. So this is wood pellet. So this plant will burn 15,000 tons of pellets per annum and save about 20,000 tons of CO2. So on the one hand, it's very conventional technology. It's burning wood. So it's using old coal-fired technology, but it's a different application, and burning wood isn't the same as burning coal. So we've had to do significant development work on control systems, flue gas cleanup systems, to enable this project to go ahead. So even using old technology, you need to have a fair amount of innovative experience to get the project underway. So this is actually in operation now. It's been operating since early part of this year. Another thing Dalkia has been involved with for a number of years now is combined heat and power, and I think it's still got a lot of legs for further applications of combined heat and power technology, both at large scale and at small scale and micro scale. We've got our own in-house packaging company, which can supply units from 35 kilowatts up to 2,000 kilowatts electric. And we've got to put in place a very innovative financing package whereby there's a lot of balance sheet finance to the end users. And we operate on a fleet basis to enable us to do that, such that end users can actually get it without having to get their own funding mechanisms. And lastly, a district heating scheme, which is at Hale Village, which is near Tottenham, North London. One of the first of many moving forward. The first of many such regeneration type projects now. As I said, these sorts of things, when you develop an area within a city such as London, there's an opportunity here to aggregate the loads together, provide the heat from a centralised source, rather than from individual separate gas-fired boilers, which is the standard. And Significant energy saving, CO2 saving can be achieved from this via the application of biomass boilers, combined heat and power. This scheme, to optimise it, will require information. We're supplying over 1,000 individual premises to understand the load and to optimise the scheme. Gives us the opportunity for, as I said, arbitrage fuels going forward. So, good project, a number of opportunities in this area going forward. So just in conclusion, I think that energy efficient projects can obviously be delivered reliably. It comes back to the title of the presentation. But it's easy to get it wrong. You need to look at whether projects will actually deliver over the long term. A lot of technologies look good on paper, look good in theory. When you put them in the field, are they robust enough to stand up to the rigours of operation that they're going to see on a day-to-day basis? So a coordinated approach is a prerequisite between the technology provider, the end users, the developers, financiers, and the operators. As I said, success, reliability requires the application and integration of technology with good management process and strategy behind it. You can't do things in isolation, or you're not going to get the best out of the system. It requires knowledge and experience, continuing professional management, and good trials of new products in real applications to make sure, as I said, that they will actually work in practice. So, selection of the delivery mechanism and organisation is critical. Through all phases, you need to have the plan of how we're going to get there through the development phase, execution phase, and then the next 10, 15, 20 years of operation. Okay, thank you very much.